had no idea how to answer that. He couldn't bear to hurt the child, so he forced a smile and said, maybe tomorrow. Or maybe never again. Life slowly settled back into its usual routine, but Gu Huai still had a clock ticking over his head. There were less than 2 weeks left before the adoption deadline. If he couldn't find someone to marry, Annan would be sent to an orphanage, and that was something he could never accept. So he kept going on blind dates. But reality kept humiliating him. The moment people saw his limp and realized he had a child with him, most of them didn't even think he was worth talking to. That day, just like always, he was about to take Annan to school. But the second he opened the door, he saw Su Mengyao and her daughter standing outside. A month had passed since the last time they met, yet when they showed up again in this seaside town, all they got from Gu Huai was the same cold disgust. Beside her, Yaya shrank back and softly called him Dad. Gu Huai just let out a cold laugh and turned to shut the door. He didn't want to give them even the slightest chance. Seeing that, Su Mengyao hurriedly reached out to stop the door and begged Gu Huai for a few minutes, saying she only wanted to talk. But to Gu Huai, this mother and daughter were already the darkest part of his life. After everything he'd been put through that past year, he'd finally learned that the first person he needed to protect was himself. No matter what Su Mengyao said, there was no way he was going back. Gu Huai glanced at the time and coldly told her she had 2 minutes. He had someone to pick up. Su Mengyao looked around the courtyard and for once her voice was soft. She admitted she had gone too far last time. She said this place was actually nice, that Gu Huai always knew how to make a home feel warm. But without him, the house they used to share had turned cold, empty, and lifeless. Gu Huai just let out a cold laugh and said he had zero interest in going back to be their servant again. That hit Su Mengyao hard. Her eyes reddened immediately, and she shook her head over and over, like she'd finally dropped all her pride and just wanted Gu Huai to understand that she'd never truly seen him as a servant. She rushed to explain that she'd been the one in the wrong all along, that she was the one who never knew how to cherish him. It wasn't until he left that she realized she couldn't live without him. She even said she cut Song Yichin out of her life for good, and had already taught Yaya a hard lesson, all in hopes that Gu Huai might give her one more chance. Looking at Gu Huai, Su Mengyao's eyes were filled with hope and desperation. She finally admitted that she had been too slow to see it, and that the person who truly fit her best had always been him. She even begged him to come home, saying both she and Yaya needed him and promising that this time she'd make it up to him. Seeing Su Mengyao standing there so careful and fragile, Gu Huai suddenly thought of the girl she used to be, back when she was on the verge of losing everything, and seemed so heartbreakingly helpless. And just like that, his mind was pulled back 10 years. Back then, they had gone to the same college, but they came from completely different worlds. Gu Huai was just an ordinary kid from a seaside town, while Su Mengyao was a rich girl, adored by everyone, with the campus heartthrob Song Yichin right beside her. But all it took was one small kindness. On freshman orientation day, Su Mengyao had helped Gu Huai once, and that was enough for him to fall for her. He kept those feelings buried the whole time they were in school, until after graduation, when the Su family suddenly went bankrupt and Su Mengyao fell into severe depression. Back then, Gu Huai didn't hesitate for even a second. He turned down a high-paying offer from a major company, just to stay by Su Mengyao's side and get her through the darkest period of her life. To help the Su family get back on their feet, Gu Huai gave almost everything he had. He drank himself into gastric bleeding to close small contracts, got 3 ribs broken while shielding Su Mengyao from debt collectors, and even handed over every penny his parents had left him. Those 2 years felt like half a lifetime to Gu Huai, and in the end, it was that almost self-destructive devotion that finally moved Su Mengyao enough to choose him. What he never expected was that, after 7 years of loving her and 5 years of marriage, all he would get in return was a body covered in scars. Twice he had nearly died in that house, and the source of all that pain was the mother and daughter standing right in front of him. That was why Gu Huai couldn't bear to think about the past. He knew the second those old wounds were ripped open, the pain would come flooding back. He thought divorce would finally let him start over, but Su Mengyao still